What's good? What's good? What's good? What's cracking, everybody? This is your boy, Anthony Blake Jr., a.k.a. Flawless, back with another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. Hey, first off the rip, any new subscribers, what's up? I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming through. If this is your first time watching the video, go ahead and press like and subscribe. Hey, but let's just jump to the content. Right away, I want to let you guys know. 12 o'clock on Sundays. Most content creators, YouTube, fantasy football content creators do not drop any content on Sundays. I want to let you guys know that I'm going to be giving my NFL weekly breakdown video, and I'm going to drop it on Sundays, 12 o'clock. All right? So you can always have something to look forward to from your boy. You know, I'm in the business of doing things different from other people and not worrying about, you know, how people feel or cancellations and all this type of stuff. Cause I'm out here just to spit my truth and my vision. So it is what it is. Glad to have you guys aboard. But the week in review is going to start from basically after Super Bowl to now. And that's another reason why I'm starting this, weekly wrap-up session that I'm going to be dropping. I just mentioned because some things happen on Saturday that I may want to include in the video for the weekly NFL wrap-up, all right? So, as we can see, we're starting here. We're at the World Champion Parade of the Rams. All right, so we already talked about it in the video, about the Rams and everything else. But what I want to talk about first, because guess what? That's the first order of business. It's unfortunate. They had a great parade, nice showing. I watched the videos and, you saw Sean McVay, you saw everybody geeked up and having a great old time. Stafford was smoking, drinking, everything. Everything was good. It was good. That's how a Super Bowl parade's supposed to be, But it's, Sean McVay saying, starting to chant, run it back, and kind of coerced Aaron Donald to be like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll run it back, and everybody was all geeked up and like, yeah. But remember the caveat that Aaron Donald said. He said that if we bring everybody back, that's what he mentioned, we bring everybody back because he wants Odell back. He wants the key pieces back. I don't believe Aaron Donald's going anywhere anyway. Because let's say Odell Beckham, Odell Beckham, even if he is back, he won't be 100% come the start of the season, all right? This is February. And, he injured the same knee, I believe, that he injured before. So, and, he's pretty glass, So, speaking of Odell, I got something to show you. So, but it'll take some time for him to recover. But thank goodness they got, Van Jefferson there. And they still got old boy Robert Woods on the roster as well. So we'll see how that pan out with his mysterious injury. But we already talked about that. And so I believe even if those pieces don't come back, if certain pieces don't come back, Aaron Donald will still be there because the dude's like a monster. These quarterbacks sticking around forever and a day. What's his excuse for not coming back even if some pieces are back? So he'll be back regardless. So Rams fans, don't worry about it. So hopefully I didn't say St. Louis before. I don't think I did. But it is what it is. Hey, check this out. Just a little piece. Just a little something. I'm sure some of you probably already saw it already. But Super Bowl was on February 13th, right? And Odell Beckham caught the first touchdown pass. Here it is right here. I'd just like to show you. There it is right there. All right, for all the people that's just saying that's by coincidence, it's a little blurry, man. What's up with that? What day does that look like? There it goes. Does that look like February 13th or not? Yeah? Yeah, I think so. Hey, man, the elite plays games. The elite plays games. Just so happened that was the first touchdown. Hey, the 21 off his jersey and the 3 off Odell's. That says February 13th. Look, for us it may be childish. But for them, It must get their rocks off some type of way, but hey, let it be coincidence to the naysayers. One dude hit me up in the chat and he was like, oh, you guys with these conspiracy theories need to take off your tinfoil hats and stuff like that. You know, I laughed. I thought it was funny, you know, because I know some people that, most people ride around, they walk around with like this. They tunnel vision. They don't want to, anything outside the scope, like some people can be going on like right there, but because they're so tunnel vision, they won't see it, you know? And that's the way life wants you to be. They want you to be tunnel vision. They want you to be just like that. So you can't see what's going on right around you. But we ain't about that life around here. Not with my flawless fantasy football family. Not y'all. No, thank you very much. All right, so we're off of that. We saw Matthew Stafford. Man, that was unfortunate. What I'm talking about is they had this woman. She was a sports photographer, and she fell off the stage when she was getting ready to take pictures of him. I'm sure you guys heard about that. She fell off the stage, and she fractured her spine at the Rams parade by falling off the stage. And the bad part about it was that people highly criticized Matthew Stafford for, is that when she was in front of him and he fell, and she fell, Stafford kind of just like turned and walked away immediately. And then his wife went and tended to her. So people are like, oh, look at him, he didn't even care. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate. What if he'd have went to her and, you know, touched her and moved her, or, you know, he's not a medical professional. Granted, it didn't look good, but, you know, he's at a parade. He was the Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's been drinking, so he was the last person. I guess he's supposed to just stand there and look at her like that. You know, look at her, and then they'd have had a problem with that. You know, so he was in a lose-lose situation. And that's sad for him. More sad for her because she fell and hurt herself like that. And she had two cameras with her, but through the Rams and the Staffords, they released a statement saying that they were unfortunate, they were sorry, and they were going to pay for her medical bills. And they're going to pay for her medical bills and her camera equipment. So that's pretty cool of them. And again, unfortunate for her, and we wish her a speedy recovery. So that's all I have on that. Congrats to the Rams, and let's move forward. All right. Hey, on to my Niners. Here we go. Hey, do y'all think y'all was finna let y'all get out of here without a weekly wrap up, without me talking about my Niners? Crazy. Y'all crazy, man. We finna talk about my Niners real quick, though. You know, we gonna talk about my gonna win next year or the weekend or the next year or the year after Niners. You know, they're gonna usher them in. Trust me, it's gonna happen. But here we go. And we're not just gonna basically talk about my Niners. We're gonna start by talking about Tom Brady because it relates to my Niners. There are reports that Brady's going to come back and come out of retirement and he's going to play for the Niners. Now, most Niners fans would love that. Okay? Oh my God, the GOAT! We're for sure going to be there. We're already at the crest and we're already there at the brink of it. Your boy here, Flawless, does not want that. I don't want to see Tom Brady in a San Francisco uniform. No. I'm not one of those guys. The fantasy guys don't like this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm the type of person where, in the NBA, I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, okay? You know how LeBron James bounces around to teams and stuff? I don't care for LeBron, but I wouldn't want LeBron to come to Detroit Pistons. I don't give a crap how good it better it makes us. I don't want to win that way. Just like I don't want to win with the GOAT, Tom Brady, coming. Man, put Lance in. Let him develop. If you believe in him, let's ride. We already know Jimmy can take us there. As long as the team's healthy, he can take us to the Super Bowl or be right there at the Super Bowl. But we won't win it because he's not dynamic. And he don't make the big throw. So we need to elevate. And move forward. So no, I don't want that to happen. A big X. Absolutely not. So, Tom, keep your mind at home. Enjoy your old lady and your kids. You have nothing else to prove. Plus, anyway, if you come, just no. No, I don't want it that way. So even if it happens, trust me, your boy here don't want it to happen. So I'm saying it off real. I'm excited for Trey Lance, and all of a sudden, I'm going to tell you the reason why I don't think it'll happen, because San Fran has been coming out in these little blogs and stuff, and everybody is talking about how great and how impressed they are with Trey Lance. They got a couple of clips of him throwing a pass, being mobile and throwing a pass. He kind of threw it into coverage, if you ask me, but it was a good catch. I'm not saying it's Patrick Mahomes, because he would never be in that type of offense, in our type of offense. But he does have the tools, throw it downfield, be able to run. I want an explosive freaking QB, man. And that's what we have. So just as long as the team healthy, we keep some pieces there, we'll be fine. So no to Tom Brady. That's what it's about. And I'm excited for, again, I'm excited for Trey Lance's opportunity. Tom may come back with Tampa Bay, if anything, in my opinion. This is not me trying to prophesize anything. But, you got a lot of moving pieces. You got defensive players that may go try to get bags from Tampa and stuff like that. And, Leonard Fournette and some stuff been going on with Arians and stuff. But I don't believe it. Those have been refuted from Arians. So we'll leave it as that. Tom Brady has a good rapport with Leftwich, but it's time for that franchise to move on, and San Francisco will stay away from that. They better. Well, I'll make a trip out there. All right, so this is a young man's QB game. We see the evolution of the NFL. These old guys are getting ushered out, man. Even Aaron Rodgers. It's like, I doubt he gets another Super Bowl if he stays or if he goes. We'll talk about that later. But it's a young man's game. So, no more, not that many QBs are going to be in this winning Super Bowls in this, from an elder statesman type of quarterback. No, that ain't going to happen. We ride with these young bulls. That's going to, San Fran, we coming up. We on the rise. We going to be there. Trust me. Let's go. Okay, now, here we go with Pittsburgh Steelers. Why do we have Pittsburgh Steelers up here in the background? Why are we in Steeler Nation? Because the Steelers have decided to employ Brian Flores. Brian Flores, yes, they hired him as the senior defensive assistant and linebackers coach. First thing I saw this and I man, what kind of crap is this? It's like, I didn't mind him getting a senior defensive assistant / linebacking coach position with anybody else. But you're going to the only team that had a black coach. It's like you're going to top, now you're up under Tomlin, so it feel kind of like, he was placed there. It kind of, granted, Tomlin don't call no damn shots, okay? Tomlin gets our ass ousted out of it too. But it's like, why you go to that team out of all teams? So, I don't know. It was, something feels kind of awkward about that to me, but only 18 days after, he started to, he filed that class action lawsuit against the NFL, against the Dolphins and the Broncos and the Giants, saying that Elway came into the to do the interview and stuff all drunk and stuff. Hey, man, I believe it. It ain't just because of my skin color, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna get into why I believe it. And let me just start about this. Let me say something about this Flores situation and the Mooney Rule. The Mooney Rule is crap, okay? The Mooney Rule is crap. But it's the reality, okay? It's reality. It ain't reality TV, because reality TV is scripted, okay? Scripted as hell, we all know that. They tell you what to do this, that, all for drama and people to look. No, this is reality. And let me explain why. Listen, the Mooney Rule, it's set up, or it was implemented, and it basically says that a minority / black or whatever has to be interviewed. One has to be interviewed in the process. Listen, just because you're promised the interview, it doesn't mean it promised you a coaching opportunity. There's a difference. You can get an interview, but it doesn't mean, okay, because I'm up against these two white guys and this other minority, that it's gonna be my job. No, you get an opportunity. And let's be honest, I'm gonna look in the camera and ask you that, guys. Don't you believe that when people are interviewed, the vast majority of the time, people already kind of know what they're looking for. Sometimes they already know who they're gonna pick and they're gonna get. Case in point, I've never been an employer, but I've sold a townhouse before, right? I've had multiple homes, and so I should have said so, but I was a landlord to a townhome, and it was a time when I was going to rent the townhouse out, and because I had upgraded, and I was going to rent it out. Took some applications for the townhome. I knew when I took it was three applications I took. One was kind of I was gonna just like not really. They were at third. I knew they was like at the bottom of the list. They had like some background information issues, and another one, the other two. One was a middle-aged. I'm trying not to throw race in this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it for this. I'm just going ahead and do it anyway. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Kind of like to paint the picture. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to understand that about me. Both the other two, I think all of them were 3 white applicants, right? And the other 2 white applicants that was in consideration, one was a middle-aged, just a little bit younger than me at the time, probably about 30, lower 30s. And they had a baby daughter, little small baby daughter. She was definitely below 1, you know. And so they had a family aspect going on. And the other applicant, a couple, they seemed like, when I met them and they gave me their application fee, they felt like, they were like, just judging from the outside, they didn't have any kids, but they seemed more free living and free spirited and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, granted, I want my house to be looked after, you know, so I'm like, okay, who's more likely to take care of this place? This sound people that are in a relationship that have a little baby and they seem a little bit more mild temper, or the young couple that can just be partying and do whatever in the house. Not to say they would, but I was leaning immediately before I really broke it down and started looking into the numbers of this and that. I was already leaning towards the family, the one that had the small daughter, because I felt that they were going to take care of the place better. Guess what? Was I within my rights? Yes. Did I have a bias? Yes. Was I wrong? No. You know, people do that in jobs all the time. I chose that couple with the little daughter, and they were excellent tenants. Never had a problem, paid on time every single freaking month, until I eventually, like a year and a half or 2 later, I ended up selling the townhome. But yes, that happens all the time. I don't think Flores has much of a leg to stand on, because it doesn't say, hey, we're guaranteed to give you a job after this interview or that interview, or saying, hey, this guy can't show up drunk. Come on, man, Flores, what do you expect? I'm not saying it's right, but that's normal life. That's freaking reality. It's done every day, all day. You know, and me as an owner, I'd be damned if you're gonna tell me I gotta put this couple in. Like, this is my thing. I can put in who I want to put in for whatever reason. You know? So I just wanted to put a different spin on it. Big shout out to the lead attorney. This YouTuber, he kind of hit it from a certain type of angle like that, and made me think along those lines as well. It's not a guarantee. Just because you get an opportunity in an interview, it doesn't guarantee you a job. And guess what? When you're doing this dog and pony show, it don't matter if you're black, white, in between, you're not guaranteed a job. Come on, I'm sure there's plenty of you guys out there that went to freaking job interviews, probably was the best candidate, but did not get freaking selected. That's just life, okay? So, it is what it is. I don't know, I think they'll probably end up paying them a little bit of money and shutting them up. Hell, NFL just might, or the judge just might be like, hey, you don't have any grounds for anything. Who knows? But yeah, the Rooney Rule is crap, but they're not going to be able to be able to put guarantees on interviews. Like, I don't see how that's even fair, So you just got to hope and spotlight things when they happen, and hopefully the evolution changes. Does there need to be more than 2, 3, 4 head coaches in the NFL that are black and minority? Yes. Does it need to be half? I'm not saying that. These rich freaking white billionaires are going to do what they want to do with their money. And they can. Nobody freaking told you to want to be a coach in the NFL, Flores. You could have took a different freaking route. So, guess what? It is what it is. All right? You're not going to be able to force them. So, that's that. We'll just go from there, and we'll see what happens with that. Let me see what else I got. I don't want to talk about Flores no more. We're done. All right, on to the Green Bay Packers. But before we do that, I feel as if Flores' head coaching days, I believe they're over, because of this issue. But he'll always have some place as an assistant or some type of thing, from here on. But I don't see how they're going to trust him with that, moving forward. Now, that's the only thing I want to say about that. Finish up. Now we're on to Green Bay Packers. And if we're talking Green Bay Packers, we have to be talking about Aaron, right? All right. Man, listen. Aaron Rodgers, again, back-to-back MVP of this past season. I do think, personally, myself, I think it should have been Tom Brady. That's my thoughts. Listen, I've won fantasy football championship with Aaron Rodgers in 2009 and with Brady before. All right? So, both of them have a near and dear place in my heart. But I believe statistically, at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers did not deserve MVP, especially over Tom Brady, especially because of how he misled people with the whole, I'm immunized deal when he knew he wasn't vaccinated. Did he lie? No. Was he deceptive? On purpose, yes. Like I've said before in a video, people say, but his team in the NFL knew about it. That makes it even worse. It's like, if I'm being political and I'm talking around an answer and being deceptive, but it's people that know about it, my higher-ups know about it, that makes it even worse because I have the system on my side and just allowing me to walk a direction in which and have mislead people on purpose. People got to look at it outside of that. Screw all that. I don't think he should have got MVP. I mean, they be in the business of knocking everybody else when they do wrong, but I think his punishment was getting pounded by San Fran the way it was. Because, that's just me. And he walked off somberly like he's supposed to took his lashings. He turned around. He turned his butt around. They got the belt out. And they just start right there. He was crying and falling to the ground. They said, get up. And then he kept getting beat. Just some. You had to paint that picture. But I believe that was his punishment for the NFL to make, because he was going to lose against 49ers. He wasn't going to the damn Super Bowl. Anyhow, they keep talking about Aaron Rodgers and this whole Denver thing, man. I'm so sick of that. It's the same song and dance. It's the same song and dance. Oh, he's coming to Denver. I said last year he wasn't going to Denver. This was last year. Granted, look, I said in the offseason, I didn't have a YouTube channel at the time because I just had it going. I just started like right somewhere in the middle of preseason, something like that, right before preseason. But I was like, this dude isn't going to go anywhere. He's loved in the city, as awkward as he is, and antisocial as he is. He's loved in the city. He's been proving his value and his worth each freaking year, no matter what. And, but he could go to Denver for what? To throw it to Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton and Glass Noah Fant?